Mimo Bibia Kwaba eba Melodies TV so. The breaking news coming through right now, and it's Interpol 4 have now officially listed Ken Ofori Atta on their red notice. And you are seeing the website of Interpol right in front of you. What's your Interpol website? No, Interpol.international. That's the website. Call a view red notice. Now let's read the description and then see Ken Ofori Atta. Maybe I are listing or no. Just say front page. Any edina boho. Interpol red notice. Ken Ofori Atta taleho. Now say a red notice is a request to law enforcement worldwide to locate and provisionally arrest a person pending extradition, surrender, or similar legal action. A red notice is not an international arrest warrant. Inti Interpol 4 explain the red notice. They say red notice no. Any arrest warrant there. Nanso, red notice ni issue say police ni bia wo kuro bia so. Unhu say nipa kro ya. Provisionally no one chase nipa kro no. Na say nipa kro no yebe process no na ya extradite no. Inti extradition ne say ye china yebe deport na free baby a wo no na ye de naba ne man ne so. Inti basically no, that is what a red notice is. Also, the individuals are wanted by the requesting member country or international tribunal. Member countries apply their own laws in deciding whether to arrest a person. The majority of red notices are restricted to law enforcement use only. Extracts of red notices are published at the request of the member country concerned and where the public's help may be needed to locate an individual or the individual may pose a threat to public safety. Inti red notice no. The ya no nti ende o hwe Ken Ofori Atta red notice ya. Obi a wonye Ghana ni kra no ehia no okuro bia so a nipa ko no e wo kwan se wo so oche no. Onye Ghana ni kra no ohia Ken Ofori Atta wo baby a wo se oche no. No de nipa kro no ekosa akro no police for ho. No de ko tre police. So inti Interpol no basically no as it stands for international police. Ati ase akwa say eye international police. Ti nipa ko ne china no de na akwa police for. Na police for a process. Na omo contacte oman no. Na omo aye processes no oman na aye den e de nipa kro na ba. So basically that is that. I'll say disclaimer. The notices appearing on the website contain information that is subject to Interpol's rules and regulations. Notably, our rules on the processing of data. The information provided in these notices may only be used for its designated purpose, namely to alert the public and or seek information from the public accordance with our rules. The information provided in this list and the individual notices cannot be used for any other purpose or any commercial purpose. The list is regularly updated by the Interpol General Secretariat based on information provided by the countries that request the issuance of the notices and their publication on this website. Into basically no. Until here, Interpol, I will say total number of public notices in circulation. Into the total number of Nkrofwa, yeah, 6,571. Until here, Ken Ofori Atta na nimbo. Front page, number 2, Ken Ofori Atta, onu na nimbo no. Number 2, this site displays up to 160 notices per search result. Please refine your search criteria to find the notice you are looking for. Ken Ofori Atta na nimbo no. Ofori Atta Kenneth Nanayao, 65 years old Ghana. Enti wo hwe omo a ase wo munina enimbo ho a we abranti bia we di 16 years. Omo nina ye mbrofofo we free Iraq we di 35. When so we di 52. Ati ase omo nina ye mbrofofo. Em say front page no Ken Ofori Atta pe no ebibini. Front page no Ken Ofori Atta pe no ebibini. A oboho a chese ye hwehwe no. Hey Charlie. Hey. Enchena ni pe die mia. Asemu. Anyway, I say identity particulars. Family name Ofori Atta, full name Kenneth Nanayao, gender male, date of birth 7th November 1959. Place of birth, Accra, Ghana. Nationality, Ghana. Distinguishing marks and characteristics, not available. Physical identity, 1.7 meters tall. Color of hair, black. Color of eyes, black. Details, language spoken, English, Twi. Charges, published as provided by requesting entity, using public office for profit. Inti charger, yedi abon and say, Oyusu Ghana Sika, Ghana public office, no, edi ye onu ni sika, into Oyusu public office for profit. So that is the information Interpol for omo posti Ken Ofori Atta. Listen, you know that sometimes I need to go deeper. I like going deeper than like what the issues are, and I feel like this story is one of those stories. Whatever is happening to Ken Ofori Atta today, Interpol front page, Ken Ofori Atta nimbo, like Interpol front page, and you any Interpol any like a boho where Interpol for international Interpol for what you say Interpol where Interpol where Interpol front page. I'm searching for something. Don't worry. I'm searching for the full meaning of Interpol. I want people to understand something. Or say the full term, right? Or say the term Interpol stands for International Criminal Police Organization. It's Interpol, no. Nidi no. International Criminal Police Organization. Into senia mekanya no nti akwa say police Interpol ye police but a international police. International police. International Criminal Police Organization. Interpol, that's the full name. Now what I want to say is this. Hey, enipa won. Every single thing that is happening to Ken Ofori Atta today, it makes me believe in karma. And also makes me believe say ye mau opportunity say di nkrofo so a enye emre enye sa time no ena what is opportunity no ebe di nipa bone ede be gu nkrofo nwuma ede be se nkrofo nwuma. We all sat in this country and then you listen to allegations nkrofo a omo kan sem etia Ken Ofori Atta as to whether they are lying. But it was one too many, especially people who owned banks in this country. We all heard the story of Captain Amoabeng. The Owamode no, or reaching out to Ken Ofori Atta. Ken Ofori Atta to make a trend, so no problem, BBNC, Obechani ni nana, chese. At the end of the day, chese, utie woman in our stories are no mokafa Ken Ofori Atta huan. It made it look like Ken Ofori Atta yobia as was serious with him now, so behind the scenes no gu ejuma. Seydou Agongo has been speaking, and for the purposes of the breakdown I'm doing, okay, because I want every single person to learn. No, I want us to go into those stories so you understand, because me person moten nyama bia say me see ewiase won. Me se mi so no na me ma me kire me ade bi se ewiase ekoba ba beto e no kire me se me ye bibia me mfa makoma mu fan endi no kware entre nipa, because se mi nim na me ko di bone ebekwa ba beto me ye papa nso a ebekwa ba beto me. Look at everything that is happening to Ken Ofori Atta today. Do you think that it is normal? Do you think Osha allegations in Krofo a womode so bobo Ken Ofori Atta say ono no share that gu omunwuma because they were his competitors? Do you think say a normal say ende adesi na air to Ken Ofori Atta na? I'm going to show you. We are going to read those stories and then you understand. Maybe this is the story 2021. Kofi Amoabeng. I say I bailed out Ken Ofori Atta, protected him from being harassed over 5 million Ghana Cedi UT loan he paid in 4 years. Also, the co-founder of defunct UT Bank, Prince Kofi Amoaben, has revealed that he bent over backwards to not only advance a loan of 5 million Ghana cedis to Ken Ofori Atta and his data bank partner, Kelly Gajekpo, in the past, but also protected them from being harassed by the bank's loan recovery team. In his book, The UT Story, Humble Beginnings, Mr. Amoaben, whose bank was later collapsed under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, with Mr. Ofori Atta as finance minister, narrated, Ken and his partner, Kelly Gajekpo, came to me bearing their shares in Enterprise Insurance as collateral for a loan of about 5 million Ghana cedis. At the time, the cedi had undergone redenomination and had been rebranded as New Ghana Cedi. The 5 million Ghana cedi he requested, therefore, was equivalent to about $5 million, he wrote. He said, even though the duo did not meet certain requirements, he ensured they got the loan because of his relationship with Mr. Ofori Atta at the time. We were very good friends, so I felt obliged, albeit not without conducting the necessary due diligence. It was curious, though, that they did not prefer the banks where they would have secured the loan at a much lower annual interest rate as compared to our significantly higher monthly compounded interest rates, Mr. Amoaben expressed in the book. Be that as it may, after I perused their documents, I felt it was acceptable to grant the loan. The only snag, and a significant one at that, was that the amount exceeded the single obliga limit. Ideally, I should have declined their request there and then. Instead, I decided to bail them out, he said in the book. Unfortunately, Ken failed to honor his end of the bargain. He defaulted badly on the repayment schedule. The situation was so bad that they could only service the interest on the loan. I became concerned because I had assured the board I knew Ken very well, and I was convinced beyond doubt that he would honor his word. Thus, I had egg on my face, especially as my partner had expressly stated his disapproval of the request, he said. I called a meeting with Ken and Kelly and admonished them to do their best to pay up. I made it clear to them that I did not want my men to hassle them. Sifa Asante was the credit officer in charge of that portfolio. Because of my relationship with Ken and the respect I had for him, I prohibited Sifa and his team from applying our usual rigid recovery methods. In fact, I gave him express instructions not to ever hassle Ken and his team. They could check on them every now and then, but they had to be discreet about it. If they felt they were being stonewalled, they should not push back or react. Rather, they should revert to me on how to handle the situation, he said. Furthermore, to be double sure that Ken and Kelly were not hassled, I devised a clever plan and informed them about it. Anytime the board exerted pressure on me, I invited them to a meeting, documented the meeting, and formally informed the board about it. It was all a ruse to hold the board at bay and buy Ken and Kelly more time to pay up, he added. When the issue lingered, I reduced the interest rate to about 3% a month, just so they could settle their debt. Unfortunately, it took them over 4 years to pay up. Even then, they serviced it in bits and pieces until they were able to eventually pay up. This is Mr. Amoaben. What I say, Embra ye redenomination. 1 Ghana cedi better than $1 no. Ken Ofori Atta mo ba ne ho ba beje 5 million. Bosia 5 million. Na bosia no, Ken Ofori Atta de ne shares ewo enterprise mu ene ba besi awawa. Ene o tre se mentumi entia kana shares na ewo enterprise mu no fa. And I mean, for people who understand, esikafo no sa no mo bo mo bosia. In essence, no sa time no Ken Ofori Atta beje 5 million Ghana cedis there, but it was about $5 million. Sikano Ken Ofori Atta ye hwe the documents ni bibia na nke ni kwansi e di sikana ma no. But ya ne board members ni bi ne partners ni bi ono Mr. Moaben partners ni bi ka tre ne say mo mfa sika ne ma Ken Ofori Atta o se da bi Ken Ofori Atta e madam for me di sika ne be ma no e ho no di sika ne ma Ken Ofori Atta afi na ne tua ayedin and that say ochina say now one thing about UT Bank ne say sa de ne na ya mete say unim na kwobọ bosuan wo mo ho na bosuan edu na wuntia ene de ombeye oshege and there ya de amate de that several years ago taxi driver bi ne cancer asem ne tre me into say omo recovery team loan recovery team no omo ya wild ti no mo ya wild a omo pese omo sha ase kọ Ken Ofori Atta so ekogu nenimu ase tre se eji o musika de ombeye omenye o musika bi ombeye na ase oye board meeting bia na see oye board meeting bia na no ne Ken Ofori Atta oye board meeting bia na ase ne board ne ka se masa yenji esika no asheda reduce interest ama Ken Ofori Atta eno kra no 4 years ansa na Ken Ofori Atta etumitua nti ogine mu ma Ken Ofori Atta ehwe chese o make sure se Ken Ofori Atta na nime ngwase na nini na wiye Ken Ofori Atta mo ba aban mu no ono ne business a save Ken Ofori Atta embre bi no omo forget about say ejuma no edu se Ken Ofori Atta o de se ye boni mpo a se Ken Ofori Atta nso be twitwaje no because obe kai say me nso embre bia me ho tre me abrantie we twitwaje me no dabi na wotie UT Bank ra no no mpo de ono na ene wanwa because o say during that time no ni Ken Ofori Atta kasa ni Ken Ofori Atta kasa wie ya na ne bank wo hwe ebufu a yese ye de je ne bank ne free ne nsemu a na nya asem keto a. And he's not the only one who has said something like that against Ken Ofori Atta. Let me show you another story. Okay. Seydou Agungo speaks. Let me show you. Seydou Agungo Ninso ekasa about Ken Ofori Atta. Heritage Bank. Seydou Agungo die ono ne boni a oye ya no say no fund NDC because na contract eye bia ebae cocoa board for fertilizer contract. Yes, Seydou Agungo ne de contract ne kokoma na nti no. But Seydou Agungo tremu a Ken Ofori Atta na dan for pound. O say answer ne yebe close ne bank ra no. Ken Ofori Atta kra man assurance die ye nto bank mu don't worry. O de enya de ebe close you bank na see ni say. O say Heritage Bank collapse. Seydou Agungo opens up about strained relationship with Ken Ofori Atta. O say Alhaji Seydou Agungo, founder and chairman of Class Media Group, carries himself with confidence, emphasizing that some individuals struggle to accept the success of others. As some people do not like to see others grow, he said, but that is the nature of life. There will always be those who feel uncomfortable with your success. However, I believe that God has a purpose for everyone. During the interview with Accra-based Metro TV, Agungo also stressed the importance of trusting in God's power to shape lives. He referenced the historic rise of Barack Obama, the first African-American president of the United States, as an example of how divine intervention can elevate anyone. If God could make Barack Obama the president of the United States, who are you to say that Seydou Agungo cannot own a bank? He questioned. Agungo's remarks come in the wake of collapse of Heritage Bank, a financial institution he founded. The closure has sparked national conversations with questions being raised about the role of various stakeholders in the bank's downfall. Despite the challenges, Agungo remains determined and resilient, firmly believing that God can uplift anyone regardless of their circumstances. Unimdenti ana ukoshe interview na unimdenti ana Seydou Agungo wakasasa. So Nyankopon die, yonze ye wonjumi ye si titinyumi wo ho osi. Nyankopon ka so be hirawa oni obi ani meeting ye, oni obi ani nkonye si, oni obi ani ntie chiremu da, onyame kan na wakon. Yonze titinyumi sa no. So that was what Seydou Agungo was saying. Say Nyankopon wo si obi hirawa on found baby a free. Because if you go and you watch that video, that interview, say do agongo nsemu a wo kan say na omo se wonu say do agongo no onye prim and proper. Omo se wonu say do agongo no ofri he school ben no wako. It was a wotumi only bank e Ghana ha. Yes, that's what say do agongo said. So omo a wo mobile together e close in the banks no. Allegedly Ken Ofori Atta kan ho no. They were questioning him. Now crowd ye ni ufri he. Wo school be na wako. Na wo be only bank wo Ghana ha. Intia na ohwe ni statement asema a wokan o se nyame de emfa ne ho bebi a ufri. Okofa Obama ema ne babeda ne president a emfa ho bebi a ufri obema wa ba be ye trese etitiriw e wo man ni mu. Nti no wo ka say ono ne bank na ye close it down no. Because of yesi baby no free. Ono school be no call ye. Ehe na wako school adesua be na wisua oye hwan. Na tre say Ghana omo aye hu omo say wo mo ye enimdifuo wo kroma. Won say ya na de bia meka dem say MPP for de ya no mo hu omo hu sa. So omo no mo onimdifuo, omo no mo aben ni nsa nyama no. Ti omo ano mo hu omo hu say omo no mo aben no na wo so mo oni bank. Ono de oye hwan e no otumi oni bank wo Ghana. And it was a reason why his bank was closed down. I see he remains unwavering in his conviction and refuses to be discouraged by the actions or opinions of those who may disagree with him. Say do agongo no. Say do agongo. Someone walker. So back to Ken Ofori Atta. You see, I know say this has taken a different tool. What I said, this has taken a different that Ken Ofori Atta and same way. No, it has taken, but as someone may can say, every day and every night there are lessons from every single thing that is happening around us. And the lesson is that say a man to me, nyankopon di to me share to me no, it is not for you to start destroying the hard work of other people. Here, se nipa kro ne di boni and there is nothing wrong. We ni na yeti krom ha, ene yeti japa allegation a wode beto Ken Ofori Atta so. Say by force yenye ne enchi ato force ni ntum. Die ntia because at time na ato force no expose your mododo. And we all saw how Godfrey Dame clearly obien him say ato force no undi boni, but clearly ne pese ye ne echi ato force ntum. And there ato force na na pese ye chi ni tum no. And there wo he. And there ato force na pese ye chi ni tum no. And there ono no the finance minister. And then there Ken Ofori Atta na no pese chi ato force ntum no. No nende or that Interpol, International Police no ni achi wo no mom. You see how God just turned everything. Nipa won eya na I refill wo yeso. Nipa sana nyankopon so waye yen I refill wo yeso. But say I refill ni yeso a won nyanke be hu se nyankopon wo ye na ejuma. Do you think it is just normal like that? Just few months ago, ato forcing more like was in Ken Ofori Atta's position. Ye pese ye chi ato forcing tum because we expose abane dodo or ye press conference dodo or kasa dodo inti ye pese ye chi ato forcing tum. And allegedly, based on Nipa Kro Babe release tape, ka tre yen say, ya ka tre ne say, Ken Ofori Atta the pressure atone so say one chi ato forcing tum. As to whether it is true or not, we don't know. But Japan se mo babe kan no. And then why na ye finance minister ato force ni ye pese ye chi ni tum no. And then why no wo dwane a ye pese ye chi no. Nipa Kro na allegedly wo planning say ye nchi ato force ni tum no. That is how wonderful God works. That is how wonderful God works. Nyame wo ho. Nyame wo ho. Nti se wo tie mi a me de meka ne se me se ye ma otumi a me mfa nhye wo tirim se tumi na ye de ma ye de ama no ye de ahye wo nsem no. Wo di bedi bone. it will come back to you. Now, even if it is coming back to you, it will not even come in just a small field. It is coming several fields, like a bar, like a bar. Whatever you sow, you reap. The truth of the matter is, whatever you sow, normally you don't reap in that same quantity. It would ubedia a bro grain ba kope. Now so ucha enye grain ba kope na obecha. A bro ni ye na ucha a bro no krana a dozen saying that single grain wudia ye no. So whatever you sow, you are not going to reap in the same quantity. You are always going to reap in multiple folds. It is a yabone na wudia, no problem. Eya say obi anche wo odi etrimodini o pese odi utumi no esisi nkrofo koso anaye se aketua ne hya ase se eba ubenu hu rough ne di tumi ama se tumi no odi tina nkrofo ni giso e de se nkrofo nwuma go on koso anaye aketua ne hya ase se eba utibeti utibeti. Who could ever think ushe Ken Ofori Atta school awako nina addition Ken Ofori Atta esua wo wiase mu nina. Who could ever think say a day will come Interpol front page ye ko Interpol ni akwa he sebe omo a wo mo abokro no edi boni a omo adwane ene ye hwehwe omo yesi Ken Ofori Atta nanim bo ho we eyenim gwase kese o eyenim gwase kese ma school awako bra wabo Oma etrimba eyenim gwase kese. If there's any person in this country documenting a history of this country, you've gone down in history. Eyenim gwase kese like moho. Enya asem ketwa. Say ewiase ni na odi ehwe nkrofo ayese wo mo abokro no. Hwe nkrofo ayese wo mo abokro no a wo mo adwane. Odi ayenhwe we yese we 16 years. France yese wo abokro no wo France. Ati ase e de no ye ya yese assassination. Assassinants. Jese we kun obi 16 years old. France Chronobe no boy a ono na number 1 e wo list ni so. Ken Ofori Atta na number 2. Nipa kwa oya number 1 no. Chronobe no boy ya say oya assassinants. Assassinants say we kun obi we di obi ewu. Ene we dwane ene ye hwehwe no number 1 ena wo number 2 Ken Ofori Atta. Number 3 obi a ye fe na Gazi. Wa ohwe ni din na otumi nse sa ofiri Iraq me kan. Otumi nse sa Iraq fo ye bi. Ye hwe Gazi ono nso Chronobe na se wabo. Gazi ono so de na waya ono de omo antro no wo English omo antro no wo brofo kasem but ohwe ne nimu a utumi hu ne se ono so sesebe ye nipa na wakwa kokun aje ase Iraq ni ono so enya me wanwa ohwe nipa kro we nso a Uruguay we di 52 ono so de na waya yese waya den ono so omo antro wo brofo kasem but ohwe omo nim ne utumi so muni na kodiewufo bediewufo kodiewufo no makwa kodi ni pewu and then Ken Ofori Atta when in front page odi na nka emwo page ni dimbo page 2 page 3 mpo ni enga so obi ko Interpol ho na ebia ya o se search answer nti no wanye wadwen se o search anhu front page Ken Ofori Atta the only black man mbrofofo a wo mudie wuku nipa nkoa eno mo bo front page bibini enkonkotwe ni hwan na bo front page a Ken Ofori Atta we eyenim gwase kese ma bra wabo ni na ewo wiase mu bra wabo wo wiase mu ni na enim gwase kese pani. And there's a hospital now wo kona yes, omo yare no. If indeed they even want to apply the law, omo nsa yare because on make us say well it will be say they are aiding and abetting. Because on some brother for there, so will be a fugitive. Now police will declare the wanted. Now one report it. Now obu ani pakro na ye che wo ka ho. Inti hospital no krabe tumi aka say, "Hey, yes raw. Yare ya ye pese yes na afi yentumi nsa obi because so that Interpol red list. So if indeed hospital no eye no kware say wo mo be ye bibisa, o mo be sa yare bia. They can decide not to do it because what about that Interpol red notice so. Charlie, this is serious. This is serious. This is serious. Let's read comments and see what Ghanaians are saying. I see good news, and you say breaking. Ken has been a mafia from the 90s. Read about his Obatan scandal, and you marvel at his smartness in duping snakes in those days. Oral must work, regardless the form. I say, Charlie, I just don't like how this is going. I say, nobody make hot for this life pass Ken Ofori Atta. I say, Charlie, oral must succeed. This is very good and refreshing. I say, the day of reckoning. Hey, so someone na okuja to black wadebia waka, the day of reckoning will come. The day of reckoning will come. No, M said the day of reckoning has indeed come. Hey, Charlie, I don't think say any Ghanaian. I stand to be corrected, but I don't think say any Ghanaian politician ever has been placed on Interpol's red notice. Front page. Jesus Christ. Obviously, I used to pray for times like this. I say, finally, he's about to be arrested. Even if we can't arrest him, this Interpol red alert will be a dent on his generation to come. I am going to print it, put it into my archives for unborn. You see what I was telling you? Say, we are the Nkranadie way, Ken Ofori Atta, Adani history. You know, this work print out to her a chimba bar. Yes, you'll be better than a finance minister will do you know and Interpol. Me say those who are documenting the history of this country, idea we are say Ken Ofori Atta din. Ne trimba omuni na ebese omudin. Obisi global. Or say good but not enough. Or say very interesting. Or say LOL. Is this one too breaking news? Or say Nation Wrecker, we are waiting for you to come and lead the morning devotion. Or say wow, this is an interesting development. Hey. Media, people will say what they want to say. But what I will say about this, and they say, Yeni na yensu and yen free. Say intentionally, ya dream say, ye be di nipa bone. You see, aside everything, odie, forget. Say odie yenfane say omo mu twa ntro ato Ken Ofori Atta sokra no. Odie yenfane say ana omo mo kan sema to Ken Ofori Atta sokra. Odie yenkan say yentro no mu twa. But Ken Ofori Atta as a finance minister was not truthful to Ghanaians. Especially during the era of E11, IMF, any friends saying, restructuring, debt restructuring. No? Ken Ofori Atta was not truthful to Ghanaians. Into that factor, we try Ghana phone no. It could be say this is a scammer. Ken Ofori Atta straightly told Ghana for say, we are proud people. Ekoti Bible kan ho. We are proud people. Enya dia yebeko IMF ende ochina kan ho. And chebia a few weeks later, ye ne wo IMF yi. Hey! Ken Ofori Atta beka tren say e-levy it will provide jobs for the 11 million. Sometimes na Ghana say unemployment rates. Then the number of people unemployed will krum hano. Some number be it will provide jobs for all these people. Hey, me wa no nim say asemo ka na yentro. E-levy na mo pese mo pass keke because no be nim say there is no way a e-levy be provide ejuma ama all the unemployed people in this country. Debt restructuring, Ghana pensioners, our musika. Su de bia no mo omo piketi wo Ken Ofori Atta ne finance ministry ho yemfi omo mposo omo yenipa. Now bet to me they won't say bonko krafone mbrewafuo sika and then expect nothing to happen to you. Media, won't try your comment box ni mo medase.